Daily trading recap for this Monday, the 16th of May, 2022. Start of the week here. To Christ be the glory. Dollar volume quick first before we go over anything else. NASDAQ, $214 billion volume. We got NYSE at $294 billion volume. OTC markets, $1.6 billion volume here after the close. We got an hour, 42 minutes after the close here, looks like. Again, pretty slow day just for me in terms of what I would like to see or go after in regards to first day gappers or just any multi-day movers. VERU is probably the only relative one that maybe could have potentially taken a stab at. I think Chris actually did take a stab at it, but it's not. I tried on this one earlier and thought I had such a great plan on it back in this start of this month of May region here of around a trade, trying to play off something similar to the move previous it had back in whenever this was of early December of last year, or 2020 that even was around that time frame. Trying to play off of something similar to there, but just did not happen then. And now it's coming into this range of, kind of 2 successive green days in a row. And now we're holding here decently in pre-market. Just how go about it. Art of War, I think, had a nice little opportunity on it in the afternoon of taking it from around somewhere of this base 1310-ish range and then taking it above VWAP there. I don't know if he sold any or if he's still holding into tomorrow, but could see a potential still hold for the next few days here to see if any more escalation of price does start to come about and start to test those previous technical resistance levels, peakage wicks on those days there, but no play for me on that one. Still holding firm and strong on the futures automated strategies. I was absolutely kicking myself off of Friday of that being a losing day for the downside larger profit target window. I was coming into this Sunday session start as kind of very excited to say, okay, now I'm kind of excited to slap a full ES contract size on that downward side trade just because I felt more confident in going to a full ES contract after a losing day because it was a higher percentage chance of it not hitting twice in a row. Versus if I just kind of randomly, I've done that. I've mentioned this so many times before in the daily trading recaps, but when I was getting my feet wet in this futures trading strategy, automated strategies I would just find unluckiness of whenever randomly I decided to pick the day that I wanted to start this strategy. And sure enough, that was one of the losing days that's factored into the overall hit rate of the strategy. And I was like, oh shoot, okay, that ate into my margin a bunch and, kind of made me in a sticky situation to try and continue to play that with a full ES contract size, to get that same type of P&L to just continue to slowly build that account that way for what it's factored in to be P&L-wise each and every single day, but needing that unrealized buffer of P&L of just margin in the overall account. That was just what my kind of fear and trepidation was of going ahead and starting in with a full ES size there. But of the amount of money and gains I've kind of missed of not taking and pushing that lever, in reflection, it's just kind of like, yeah, that was kind of stupid. And now that I do have the opportunity and money actually in this account to be able to do that, then it really becomes no question, no concern of just the unrealized losses that I can withstand to be able to take these certain strategies, not going with multi contracts for those, just going absolutely balls to the walls crazy, but of being responsible with it and understanding that, okay, I have enough padding now to just go wherever I want to go, so we can continue to take these with the size that we deem appropriate for the meantime. So unfortunately, I knew this on Friday that I was going to be out of town, away from the computer for the whole weekend and unable to be in front of the computer. And for some reason, the stupidity of the NinjaTrade algorithmic system, as the futures were closed, it just didn't like me putting in that new strategy, or I think it was conflicting with that other strategy as well that's getting profits to the upside. So something was buggering there and it just wouldn't want to go. So I missed out on actually placing that trade when the moment was right and placing the trade overall, which would have worked out beautifully and been a 1,000+ P&L opportunity there for today. But I'm certainly ready to go at it today in 15 minutes here to be pushing. I think I'm going to push both buttons manually to see if that's the little hiccup or problem, and kind of dealing with, okay, should I go with my smaller upside profit ES session-wide play there? Should I do that in MES so it doesn't have this conflict of trying to go both long and short at the same time? I've done that before, of doing that 930 strategy of going both long and short and setting profit targets for both of those and being short and long at the same time with the same broker. But I don't know if that could work for the session-wide strategy of establishing it at the very start of the session. I don't know why it shouldn't, but just dealing with that dilemma as of right now and kind of working through more bugs that way. But otherwise, 930 strategy working out well with 3 contracts used on that one today. had plenty more opportunity than just the 1 point that I was taking it for, that little scalp on that one. And, of course, the upside other profit target move on the session-wide strategy, ES-wise, was working well today. And then I immediately went back to sleep after I saw that my profit targets get filled within that 1 minute candle, and came back to see, okay, yeah, maybe you can pick a little double bottom here for some type of little MES scalp play that I do like to play on. Those are more of an intraday play for SPY, or trying to see other areas that, okay, maybe I would have gotten short here and play for something that I doubt it. But in everything, I'm always going to be far more grateful to be on the sidelines wishing I was in it versus being in it wishing I was on the sidelines. And just, that's a great old adage that I totally believe in. And difference in that of the learning aspect that can come from it, of being in those big losses that I took, obviously kind of woke me up and shook me, rattled me to focus harder on the learning aspect from those days. But versus if I was just sitting on the sidelines and really wouldn't have taken anything away from that, versus having the skin in the game obviously gets you harder experience quicker, but also in the same light of, hey, this game of the few little trials and tribulations that I've already gone through as of right now, this game is about making money and about keeping the money that you have. It's about the money you keep, right? So just continually about pushing harder, not so much that I'm trying to accumulate money every single day and say, okay, how can I turn this into an ATM? And each and every single day I'm just taking a little salary. That is not how I view it whatsoever. It is just hey, is there opportunity here, and can I play off it? Can I pick up these tiny little nickels and just run and sprint as quickly away from that steamroll that is coming and be able to avoid it? Am I going to be agile enough with this? Is it just taking on too much risk? Am I too heavy or thick with this strategy, or am I nimble and agile enough to be able to navigate these murky waters of the overall market? So I'm just, again, so extremely grateful for this future strategy and how it's opened my eyes to still be trading, still look like I'm doing an occupation. I never have pants on, so it never looks like I'm actually doing an occupation. But of not having to force myself to trade the small cappers, or just try and force something in the OTC world, or just try and see something that's not really actually there, and be able to kind of take a break and take a breather away from the computer, more so in these summer months, especially as opportunity is kind of dry right now. It's certainly heating up in Arizona here, but just not so much in the stock market, of course. And having, of course, that over a year now experience in my just overall trading career, and having that firsthand understanding of now being able to apply all the knowledge and everything that I was told of, hey, summer months are slow, selling may go away, just all these adages of, okay, now I didn't really know that, or couldn't really apply that in my first summer in the first little trenches of my trading, but now that I've got a little tiny taste of somethingness under my belt, okay, I can have some confidence and understanding I don't have to push buttons. And oh my gosh, of being able to do these futures and just take these tiny, tiny little scalps and still appease my little fix of data collection and backtesting and my involvement with a screen for the day. Man, that's huge, and that's everything, and that's all I need. I need to make money at the end of the day. That's what I'm here for, to do this for my occupation. But yeah, to just appease that FOMO need, or just to even involve myself in something so that I can master it and say, yeah, I don't need to be trading this. I don't need to be doing anything other than this is accomplishing what I want to do, is set out to make money. Okay, here we are making money. Like, we can check that off the list. I don't have to be doing anything more. Obviously, there's, I say that, but I want to be doing more. I want to be doing more. I want to be doing more backtesting and research for the close of the market session there, with that huge volume that always comes in the end of the session and the start of the session there, that 9:30 strategy. See if I can add a little spice there to that as well, to my futures mix. But other than that, it's just, I'm very thankful and for everywhere that I've been and everywhere that I will go with this strategy. Thankful for each and every step God has taken me through this journey, and just thankful for each and every day. And I sincerely thank each and every one of you for watching. We will catch you guys on the next one.